about to accept my high school diploma from Farrington High School. And probably, like you, I already had come from tough beginnings. My dad never made it past the 4th grade, and he loved to drink. At 16 years old, I became a dad. And by graduation, my son was 1 year old. I had to leave sports, fun activities behind, and work full-time to support him. Our family was poor, we lived in public housing, and feeding our family was challenging. We really had nothing except each other and what we made of ourselves. I was one of 5 boys in my family. My brother, who I loved and admired, was 2 years away from killing himself. A family member molested me, and I carried a lot on me. And to make things even more difficult, I barely graduated because I had a hard time paying attention in school. So if you look at the stats, people, I should have been in prison or dead. So how do you keep going when there's so much against you? And life keeps pulling you down. I knew I wanted a better life. So I set goals for myself. And every day, I did something to work for that goals. I wanted to make a big difference for my family and my community. I wanted to be a famous comedian, an entertainer, and make people laugh. Someone told me a long time ago, if you work harder than anyone else, good things come your way. So that's what I did. Eventually, I was able to buy my own home. I was booked on comedy tours all across the country. And I was on TV and radio. And in 2020, I was elected to be one of 9 members of the Honolulu City Council. Every day, I go to work with the opportunity to make the community better. And my story isn't over yet. In some ways, I feel as if it's just beginning. Along the way, at every turn, I had people putting me down and people lifting me up. And you will too. Never let the bullies, the naysayers, the people who doubt you, the people who don't see your vision, the people who don't understand your dreams, or who are jealous of you. Don't let them take away your dreams, your belief in yourself, or trample on your hope. Keep going, one step at a time, one day at a time. Some of you may be off to college, or you won't go. Some of you may turn out to be the most amazing mechanic, or the top custodian, the next best rubbish man, the most talented at serving people. You could be our governor, an inventor, a successful entrepreneur. You may want your whole life to be about taking care of your family and making sure your children and your grandchildren get the best opportunities. The motto of our school, enter to learn, go forth to serve. Life isn't all about the ABCs you learn in your classroom. It's about the journey and learning and growing every day through good times and tough times. One thing I realize, it is the hard times that help you grow the most. So, no matter how challenging life gets, keep going, one step at a time. One day at a time, you keep going. Now you're probably thinking, now what am I supposed to do? Where do I go from here? There are many good role models and mentors you can learn from who have blazed trails before you. The more you can learn from them and take their hard-earned knowledge to forge your own path, the better your life will be. When I was your age, I was a boxer. I worked hard to become the Golden Gloves champion at 16 years old. Boxing taught me how to get up when you've been knocked down, how to learn from your opponents so you can do better next time, how to strategize so that when you get knocked down, you can get up again, how to work harder and train harder so that you get better yourself. The biggest lesson, how to recover once you receive the big blow. Boxing, like most sports, has similarities to the challenges we all face in life. How do you get up once you've been knocked down? How do you shake yourself off from failure and try again? It's simple, really. Understanding that you failed, putting your ego aside and getting back up again. That's where your greatness comes from. That's your strength. That's your perseverance. That's spirit. That's courage. That's your superpower. When you're a grandparent or a great-grandparent and you look back at your life, what's your story going to be? Your new story starts today. Make it a great story. One where you explore, dream, discover. One that is filled with success the way you define it. And you have to decide what success is to you. For some, success is having influence, power, fancy cars, mansions, becoming famous, and traveling the world. That's all things we all like. But the people I really admire are those who serve others and work to make our community better. The people I admire lift others up and stick to the values we're taught right here in Hawaii. Your path does not belong to anyone else, not to your family, not to your teachers, your leaders, or your partners. Your path is you and what you make of your life. It's the opportunities you seize, the dreams you chase. Sports legend Arthur Ashe says it, keep it simple. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. And no matter what happens, you keep going, taking one step at a time, one day at a time. You keep going, and you believe in yourself. You believe. You believe. It has been an honor and a privilege. Thank you, Khalid, and go get them. That's of 2022.
Thank you, Councilman Cook. Our school year was full of amazing school spirit and pride, along with hundreds of students who emulated the model of leadership through service. This year marks Farrington's 6th year winning a student leadership accolade. In spite of the challenges created by the pandemic, our student leaders worked hard to create a campus culture of participation, school spirit, and personal pride.